Very warm welcome to meeting number 92 of the Gabbys Online Toastmasters Club. I am Sudhir Gaur, your Sergeant at Arms for today's meeting. Our club's mission is to provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self confidence and personal growth. As a Sergeant at Arms, I must highlight some key points for today's meeting. The meeting is blocked for 2 hours, and we urge you to stay for the entire duration to get the maximum benefit out of it. Your video should be on, your audio should be off. Audio should be on only when you are called or need to speak. Regarding topics related to sex, religion, and politics, even though Toastmaster International does not restrict speaking on these topics, at the Gabbys Toastmasters family, we request everyone to be mindfully responsible and abstain from expressing any controversial views on these sensitive topics. We urge you to be cognizant that we as a club practice diversity and inclusion in letter and spirit, hence ensuring that there is no sexist, racist, or other undertone that create hostility and discomfort for the members or guests. Now, let me call upon the presiding officer for today's meeting. An experienced B2B sales professional and certified soft skill trainer with a decade of industrial exposure, currently pursuing a full-time master's degree in the US. She is mindfully introvert, striving to become a profound public speaker. Grateful for the camaraderie of Toastmasters fraternity, she
A
actively
quick
serves as a club mentor, club coach, and an area director across various districts. While continuously learning and growing through her pathways, she also serves as the president of the Gabbys Online Toastmasters Club. She says, "You are never too old to set another goal or to dream another dream." Please help me welcoming presiding officer of today's meeting, Toastmaster Smruti Sagarika Mohanty. Over to you, presiding officer Smruti.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Sudhir. Can we hear it for our Sergeant at Arms, Toastmaster Sudhir God? A quick check. Am I audible and visible here? I faced some technical issue. Thank you so much for the confirmation. Greetings to one and all, Toastmasters, distinguished Toastmaster, and guest who made it for another meeting of the Gabbys. Now it is the time to fasten your seatbelt, uh, time to challenge your abilities, capabilities, and prepare for an exciting journey ahead. I hereby call this meeting to order. It is truly delightful to see again familiar faces in a meeting who are ready to take off their Toastmasters journey with us, few new flyers, travelers with us, where whether you are frequently coming to the meeting, taking this journey of enhancing your public speaking or leadership with us, or you are completely new to this platform, trust me, you landed at the right time on the right place. So, on behalf of the entire Gabby's family, I extend a warm welcome to each one of you. Now, before we embark on this particular journey with this meeting agenda, let's quickly check and know more about the people who joined us other than our members. May I request few of our guests to help us with a quick 30-second introduction where you can share your name, where you're signing in from, and what brought you to Gabby's. May I quickly ask Pallavi? Pallavi, if you are here with us, would you help us with a quick introduction?
Good evening, everyone. I am CA Pallavi Agarwal from Lucknow. I have been joined Gavis Club for a few times, and I am here to enhance the communication skill of myself and my daughter Vaishnavi. She has also joined.
Thank you so much, Pallavi and Vaishnavi. Welcome both of you to this virtual meeting of the Gabbys. May I request Sharad to please help us with a quick introduction?
Hey everyone, myself Sharad Jain. I am from Gurugram, India, and I am here today to explore meetings on weekdays so that I can improve on my communication at a faster pace.
Awesome. Thank you
Awesome,
so
thank
much.
you.
It takes a lot to show up on a weekday. So thank you so much for joining this particular meeting. Now, may I request Mahima to please help us with a quick introduction? Mahima, I see you unmuting, but we can't hear you. Would you like to try once again? Mahima, I can't hear. Is it something from my end or? Okay, sorry,
Can
Mahima, we
you
can't
hear
hear
me
you.
now? Yeah.
Yes, I can hear you right now. Please go ahead.
Oh, so sorry, there is some audio issue. So, hi everyone, I'm Mahima. I've been part of Toastmaster from past 2 years. I've been in Mumbai, but as I've shifted to Indore for the work location, so now I try to join some online Toastmasters. So it's not possible for me to go physically. So I thought I'll try, and this is suggested uh, me by one of my mentors. So yeah, looking forward to it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mahima, for joining this particular meeting. And indeed, whether in person or online, Toastmasters is the best gateway wherein we can connect with people and enhance our skill. Well, I see rest familiar faces. Having said that, if we would love to know more about you, if you want, you can use the chat function. If you find it restricted, you can please let us know to the concerned person about your quick introduction. We'll happy to share with the rest of the crowd. Else, do wait for the respective segment or at least till the end of the meeting, where I'll come once again to take your feedback regarding the overall meeting arrangement. Now, as we have Toastmasters here, still this journey is incomplete if I don't speak a bit about what exactly the essence of a Toastmasters meeting and how it got started. Well, indeed, in 1924, a visionary man named Dr. Alcee Smedley set sail on a mission to create a space where people could practice public speaking without the fear of judgment. What started as a small meeting somehow bloomed and blossomed into a worldwide expansion and expedition reaching over 140 countries today. But here's the best part about Toastmaster. It is not only about delivering speeches, but it is about discovering new landscapes of confidence, self expression, and challenging yourself. Talking about challenges, we at the Gabbys decided to challenge ourselves. You might have seen the posters, rather, I can see it now as well in different groups that what's going to happen something is going to happen different today. Why we have suddenly two evaluators for each individual? Is it required? Is necessary? Well, that's what we decided to shake things up a little bit. So now, from today onwards, in every Tuesday meeting, you will see an exclusive prepared speech segment with a twist. Each speaker will be evaluated by not one, but two evaluators with unique evaluations and zero duplications. I can see faces why. Why it is required, because true growth doesn't come from just walking the similar and familiar trails. If I talk about travelings, it comes from venturing into different beats. That's what growth is about. With this particular arrangement, we anticipate speakers will get richer and more well rounded feedback. Evaluators will sharpen their observation and critical skill, and audience will gain twice the takeaway. That's the intent. But there is another intent as well, because this is a beginning. We have a bigger vision to transform the GOT, which is Gabby's Online, to a GOAT. Maybe we are advancing something to completely new, and we need your support to go to an advanced club. So, indeed, let me reiterate, it's time where we are aiming to transform the GOT to a GOAT with the help of our members, distinguished Toastmasters, and beautiful guests who are joining us every time. Because we believe in pushing boundaries and offering a platform where seasoned speaker they can refine their skills even further. So hence we are here trying experimenting this module to find a right fit eventually. So let's just embrace ourselves with this new challenge, because every step we're going to take from today is going to shape us to become a goat worthy club. Now it's time to grab your metaphorical backpacks, because I am going to introduce the theme of the meeting and the Toastmaster of the day. Today, the theme of the meeting is Wanderlust Chronicles. I'm assuming it's about lot and lot beyond traveling, but in order to facilitate the same, I would love to introduce our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Sri Lakshmi. Toastmaster Sri Lakshmi brings with her over 14 years of professional experience in finance and tech consulting. She has made her mark as a project manager professional, leading with precision and excellence. But beyond her corporate powers, she is a wanderer at heart and an avid solo traveler who loves discovering new places and creating unforgettable memory. Toastmaster Sri Lakshmi, the virtual stage is all yours. Can we have a huge round of applause while she begin her segment? Over to you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Presiding Officer Toastmaster Smruti, for this warm introduction. So, as captain of the flight today, I welcome you all aboard to this virtual flight journey. I welcome all to my fellow Toastmasters, the distinguished Toastmasters, and my fellow co-passengers in this flight to share all your wonderful and incredible, wonderful, wonderless stories. As quoted by Saint Augustine, the world is a book, and those who do not travel read only one page. So, as you're all aware, the theme for today's session is all about travel and sharing your memories and your incredible journeys with travel, be it a flight journey, a road journey, or a bike journey, or anything in terms of a train journey, too. So, before I get started, I would like to understand the audience first. So, who all loves to travel? Is there anyone who doesn't like to travel? Could I see some virtual raise of hands for who all likes to travel? Okay, I can just see like a handful of people. Okay, four of us, five. So five, roughly around five people like to travel. And is there, you can just lower down your hands. So now, is there anyone who doesn't like to travel?
Can you repeat again?
Okay, I guess the first query was who all loves to travel. I believe I got a rough count for it. And in terms of who all don't like to travel, it's it guest Shashikant and Toastmaster Shalin. You don't like to travel? Okay, you don't like to travel. Got it. Thank you for that.
Yes, just to add, if I'm allowed, I do not like to travel, but once I'm at another place, I love it. It's the traveling part which I do not like. I like to
Okay,
visit.
you don't like the traveling journey, but you like the destination that you reach.
Yes.
Right? Got it. Yeah. Thank you for that. So, since we are actually speaking a lot about travel, so could I actually get some volunteers to share your incredible or your wanderlust travel journeys? Any volunteers to share your stories? A quick 30 seconds. Yes, Prasang, you can go ahead. Would you like to come on camera?
No, I'm outside, so and there is a dark, so I can't come on camera. Sorry for that.
Okay, no worries, you can go ahead.
But talking about the journey, right? Traveling. So basically, I was in Bangalore, and for the first 1.5 years, I did not went anywhere. Then after that, I planned a trip with my friends, and then I asked him to book the tickets. So he booked the ticket in 1 month advance, and we had to go to Coimbatore. So basically, we had the train ticket from 8 p.m. We were supposed to have from 8 p.m. in the night. But the thing is, uh, the day we had to go and catch the train, we realized that he had booked the train in the 8 a.m. morning. And since it was my first time I was traveling, I wanted to like not cancel the plan. So we went to the Coimbatore via general ticket, and I mean that was the best and worst experience I could say, because traveling in the general, I mean you can't even breathe. So I think that is the, if somebody comes to me and asks to share one of the memory from my traveling journey, I would share this memory because it was like worst and best.
Yeah, thank you, Toastmaster Prasang, for sharing it. I can totally relate to it because not all journeys end well. There are some days where we have some good journeys. There are some days where we actually have some bad travels too. But yeah, thank you to come forward and share that. Uh, we can actually go ahead with one more person, but don't be disheartened. We have this entire meeting where we can actually share the incredible stories towards the next segment too. Pallavi, would you like to go ahead next?
Hello.
Yeah, hi Pallavi. If you're possible, just come on your video too.
Mm.
If it's possible and you're comfortable. Pallavi, are you talking? We can't hear you.
Yes. So there was a few years back, I went to Kashmir with my family, and like we usually visit all the temples, right, in the area. So there was this temple, like it was way high up, like we had to climb like 200, 300 stairs, and it was very cold at that time because we went there in winter. So like
Mm.
around December or something. We had to climb, and my legs were freezing because we can't even wear slippers or anything like that. So I was like freezing, and my brother was like, there are just few stairs left, a few stairs left, but I could see like there was like a lot of stairs left, and I could not possibly climb that much. So but I gathered in some courage, so I was like, I'll do it. And after around what felt like millions of days, I reached the top. But it was all worth it because even though it was cold, I could see all that beauty from up, and everything seemed so small down there. It was all worth it. But I would say it was an incredible journey for me.
Sure,
Hard
Pallavi. Yeah, thank you so much for sharing this. So which place was this exactly?
around Kashmir, some
Around
temple.
Kashmir.
Actually, I don't remember the exact temple, but
Sure,
it was
sure. Yeah. Yeah, thank you so much for sharing your experience. So I guess in the interest of time, we'll be moving ahead right now. I would request Syed and Sharat to please use the chat functionality to share post your incredible story in the chat, and we'll come back to you later on in the next segment. So moving ahead, so for the benefit of guests and the new members, I would like to explain the structure of today's meeting. In a regular Toastmaster event, we have like three sections. First is a prepared speech, second is the table topic section, and third is evaluation section. But as we heard from our presiding officer earlier, Toastmaster Smruti, we'll be having only two sections in today's meeting, which is the prepared section followed by the evaluation section. Now I would like to call upon the general evaluator for the day, who's Toastmaster Ashwini, to explain her role and quickly introduce her TAGL team. So, quick intro of Toastmaster Ashwini. Ashwini is working as a manager for corporate partnerships at Impact Guru. She expertly blends strategy and creativity to drive meaningful impact. Outside of work, Ashwini is a passionate chess enthusiast and loves immersing herself in thought provoking podcasts. She's joined Toastmasters to define her communication skills and connect with inspiring individuals like all of you. Over to you, Toastmaster Ashwini.
Great. Thank you, Toastmaster Sri Lakshmi, for the wonderful introduction. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guest. As the general evaluator for today, I'll be observing and analyzing the entire meeting and will provide the overall feedback at the end of the meeting to ensure we continue to grow as effective communicators and leaders. So, coming back to our theme, Wanderlust Chronicles, which beautifully captures the spirit of exploration. whether it's traveling across countries or embarking on a personal journey of self discovery. And just like any great traveler keeps a journal to keep all the memories, I'll be keeping note of all the key takeaways, highlights, and areas of improvement from today's session. So for this to do, I have a team. I would like to call, a timer. It's a taggle team where we have a timer, a counter, grammarian, and a listener. So firstly, I would like to invite the first role taker, that is timer. For today's meeting, we have Toastmaster Mita Shah taking up the role of a timer. A quick introduction about her. Mita Shah is a teacher by profession and passion, with a focus on building a strong foundation through early childhood education for children. With that, over to you, ma'am, to explain the role of a timer.
Happy evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Today, I am a Toastmaster Mita M as your timer. As a timer, I will time the table topic. I'll time the speakers and the evaluators. For the speeches, the time will be, and I also will be alert each speaker of the time they have left using the green, yellow, and red, which denotes specific times remaining. Today, as we don't have table topics, so we have straight away speeches. So the most other speeches should be 5 to 7 minutes. So today our speeches are 5 to 7 minutes. So at 5 minutes, I'll be raising the card as a green. At 5 minutes, 6 minutes, I'll be raising the card yellow. I'll be showing, and at 7 minutes, I'll be showing the red card. And the buffer time will be 30 seconds extra before after the 7 minutes. Now the evaluation, the individual evaluation should be between 2 to 3 minutes. At 2 minutes, I will raise the green card. At 2 minutes 30 seconds, I'll raise the yellow card. And at 3 minutes, I'll raise the red card. 30 seconds will be the buffer time. I'll give my report when called upon by the general evaluator at the end of the meeting. Thank you. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Meeta ma'am, for helping us understand the role of the timer. With that, we'll move on to the next role taker, that is the AHA counter, who will be making sure, uh, you know, uh, we are mindful of the verbal communication. So with that, let me invite Toastmaster Isha, who will be taking up the counter role. A quick introduction about her. Uh, Apart from being a creative, jovial, helpful, and hardworking individual, Dr. Esha Roy is a doctor of internal medicine, a polyglot, a bookworm turned into audiobook and podcast devotee. She's a music lover too, who has completed she has completed her grade 6 piano, and our philosophy in life is relax and enjoy the subtles of life. With that, over to you, Toastmaster Isha, to explain the role of the accountant.
Greetings, fellow Toastmasters and guests. The purpose of the R counter is to note clutch words and sounds or pause fillers by anyone who speaks. During the meeting, I will be looking for people who will be using overused words such as but, so, and so on. So I will also be listening for filler words including and I will also note when a speaker repeats a word or phrase such as I, this means, and so on. So at the end of the meeting, I will share my report when called upon. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Isha. With that, we'll move on to our next role taker, that is Grammarian, who will be ensuring our words flow as smoothly as a well-written travel log. With that, let me quickly introduce you to Toastmaster Sanjay. Toastmaster Sanjay is a chartered accountant. He likes playing chess, cricket, football, and traveling. Over to you, Toastmaster Sanjay, to help us with the role of the grammarian.
Thank you, General Evaluator Ashwini. Good evening, Toastmasters and guests. As a grammarian, it is my duty to pay close attention to all the speakers, listening carefully to their language usage. I will take note of my any misuse of English language, as well as any outstanding words, quotes, sayings, or thoughts. As a grammarian, it is my duty to introduce word of the day. Today's word of the day is Jesty. Zesty. Jesty. Uh, the usage is her jesty personality made her the life of the party. The usage is I starting my day with just a cup of ginger tea. I will be pasting this in the chat box, and I will be presenting my report at the end of the meeting. Yeah, thank you very much.
Great. Thank you so much, Sanjay Jain, for explaining the role of a grammarian. With that, I'll move on to the last role taker of my TAGL team, that is the listener. Uh, Today we have Toastmaster Sudhir, who was our SAA, taking up the role of a listener. Quick introduction about Sudhir. Sudhir is an ambivert who loves reading as much as watching movies. If he is not available at the office or home, you will find him on the playing ground, experimenting new things is his hobby, but not sticking to anything is his second nature. Apart from this, he's an engineer who works with flying machines. And a very interesting introduction, Toastmaster Sudhir. With that, I'll hand it over to you to explain the role of the listener.
Thank you, General Evaluator. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. I am the listener of the today's meeting, and I will be listening closely to everyone and everything said during the meeting, and will draft some short questions to test your listening skills. And I hope after the meeting you will apply those listening skills and your spouses will be happy. Thank you. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Sudhir, for introducing the role of the listener. With that, we'll come to the end of the general evaluation introduction section. I'll come up at the end of the meeting with the evaluation. So, with that, I'll hand over the stage back to the TMOD, Toastmaster Sri Lakshmi. Over to you.
Yeah, thank you, General Evaluator Ashwini, for this quick introduction of your tackle team and all the role takers. So now I guess just hold on to your seat belts. We are going to halt for our first scenic view, which is the prepared speeches. As mentioned earlier by the presiding officer, Toastmaster Smruti, we will be having two speakers today, and we'll be having two individual evaluators for each of the speakers. Our first speaker for today is Toastmaster Smruti Sagarika Mohanty, who will be evaluated by Toastmaster Rahul V and Distinguished Toastmaster Nancy Goel. Could you please confirm your presence in the meeting?
Yes, I'm here.
Sure, thank you for the confirmation. Toastmaster Smruti will be evaluated for her level 3, project 2 of presentation mastery pathway. The project title is Focus on Positive. The purpose of this project is for the member to practice being aware of her thoughts and feelings, as well as the impact of her responses on others. The purpose of this speech is for the member to share her experience completing the project. Timer, please note the speech duration is for 5 to 7 minutes. The speech title is Fiasco to Focus. Toastmaster Smruti Sagarika Mohanty, Fiasco to Focus. Fiasco to Focus. Toastmaster Smruti Sagarika Mohanty, over to you.
Have you ever had a day so disastrous that you started checking for hidden cameras, convinced that you were in some twisted reality show? That was me at the airport few days back. The universe was not just throwing curveballs, rather it was pitching an entire comedy show at my expense. Running late for the flight, my heart pounding, I was racing through the crowd as if it's an action hero movie, only to be pulled out separately for an additional security check. Perfect. Somehow they felt that my left shoe is giving some trouble. So they asked me to pull out my left shoe, hold it there, and stand still. My arms stretched like an uncomfortable mannequin on any showroom. I thought, could this day go any worse from here? Spoiler alert. Yes, it could. Because just I reached my gate sweating breathlessly, clenching all my last left soul there, I found my boarding gate shut right in front of me. How many of you have been or might have seen such days in your life? The kind of day where nothing goes right as per the plan. Sudden stuck in traffic, spilling coffee on a perfectly white t-shirt just before a meeting, or having technology betray you in an unfortunate evening. We all have been there. So there I was, looking at the closed boarding gate of mine, frustration bubbling up inside me, and I thought, I assumed my jesty personality might impress the airline crew, but they were least interested to pay attention to me, to my trouble. At that point of time, the inner self of mine started racing and questioning, Smruti, why you once again? Why me once again? I did everything right, tried to get up early, take a cab, tried to be in the best airport look, but I failed to catch a flight. Without paying much attention to me, the airline staff just booked the next flight for me, and I was made sit there waiting for next 7 hours. I slumped into my seat, arm crossed, and completely fuming and frustrated about whatever happened now. I was really giving ugly look to my co-passengers, people who were crossing me, children who were crying, and I am crying internally, where I suddenly realized, what am I doing? Being angry, behaving like this is not going to change the schedule of my flight. It will not open the boarding gates. My bad mood is definitely not gonna make my wait shorter. Then why I'm getting so anxious and frustrated? Yes, trust me when I say this, realization did hit you maybe at the airport while waiting for your flight. All right. Again, the self-introspection start pumping in that Smruti. Breathe. Inhale and exhale. What's next? What are you going to do and how are you going to spend the next 7 hours? I have to kill the time, then why not to kill it productively with a justy personality? Instead of sulking, I thought, why not to call my mom? It's been few days. I didn't get a chance to call her. Let me give it a call. I grabbed a coffee and tried to pass my day by reading a book which I really tried to read from past 1 month but didn't make it through. While doing all my chores there, I found a very pleasing personality just sitting right next to me, happened to be a motivational speaker. While interacting with him, I got to know that he had missed so many flights, but it never bothered him much. He did share a very wise quote to me, which I really hold and I'm going to hold for the rest of my life, that, hey Smriti, every delay is just like giving you a breather. So just take it. That was me, stuck at the airport. I stopped seeing the missing or the missed flight as a disaster, rather started treating it internally as an opportunity where I did and completed my pending task. By the time I completed my book, grabbed my cup of coffee, my new flight started boarding. By the time I reached my destination, I was not carrying the frustration, rather a fresh perspective, a new story, and even a new profound appreciation for airport coffees. Now let's think back. Think back in your personal life. Think about instances where something completely went out of the track, didn't happen as you planned. Fellow Toastmaster and dear guest, that's our cue to hit the pause button. It's time for us to change and challenge the narrative. Well, you might ask, Smruti, is going to really work? Absolutely not. But what's the worst could happen? You're already having a bad day, right? Now think, if it does work, what a beautiful detour it's gonna be. Please remember, it's sometimes always about identifying your emotion and how badly we treat the people around us when we are having a bad day. I might be sharing this narrative, but it doesn't make me a master who has gained the philosophy or understood the history of the art of positivity. But trust me, we all have bad days. Not everything is our control, but one thing which is in our control is our reaction. So, next time, if life throws you a delay, a detour, or maybe a just terrible cup of coffee, pause. Take a deep breath rather, and ask yourself, is this really ruining my day, or my own reaction is doing the heavy lifting part? Because in the end, life is not about dodging delays, it's about learning to enjoy the layovers, it's about moving from fiasco to the focus. You all in? Hope you understand. Or do I need to miss another flight to explain the power of positivity? Thank you so much. Back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Could we give a round of applause to Toastmaster Smriti? Thank you so much, Toastmaster Smriti, for such a zesty speech. And it is great to see where you actually transformed your challenges to opportunities over there. So moving over to our next speaker, Toastmaster Erum will be evaluated by Toastmaster Sudharma Perera and Distinguished Toastmaster Sourav Dutta. Could I please get a confirmation of your presence in the meeting?
I'm here.
Okay, and Distinguished Toastmaster Sourav?
I'm also here.
Sure, thank you for the confirmation. So quick intro of Toastmaster Erum. Erum is a software engineer by profession. She is an expert software development delivery manager, technical project leadership, and certified Scrum Master. She has joined Toastmasters to polish her communication and leadership skills. Toastmaster Erum will be attempting her Level 1, Project 2 of Presentation Mastery Pathway. The project title is Writing a Speech with Purpose. The purpose of this project is to learn or review basic methods for writing a speech with a defined purpose and to present a well-organized speech on any topic. Timer, please note, the speech duration is for 5 to 7 minutes. The speech title is What are Soft Skills? Toastmaster Erum, what are soft skills? What are soft skills? Toastmaster Erum, over to you.
Thank you so much, TMOD. If I look into this picture, I can see the tallest building on the right-hand side. Another skyscraper on the left-hand side. To build this infrastructure, I need to communicate and collaborate with the civil engineers, with the designers, along with the architects. I need to learn how to communicate effectively with a diversified range of profession. I can see a huge ball in the middle, and the three members are holding this weight. If I have a lot of burden on my head as a leader, I really need to learn how to delegate those burdens towards my subordinates. When people from the different mindsets combine together and they join a team, they have the different vision. They have the different ambitions. Their postures are different. Their facial expressions are different. I really need to work with them to get the work done. If I look into this picture, from the right-hand side, the person is holding the weight from both of the hands. The sitting posture is entirely different than the next person. The next person is holding the same weight from the one hand while another hand is in the resting pose. The sitting posture is entirely different for the second person, and he knows how much strain he has to put on his back, on his neck. The lady is holding the same weight in the standing posture. I really need to understand the person's behaviors, the attitudes, their characters, their facial expression, their gestures, and the focus should be how to get the work done with the help of the teamwork. Being a leader, I really need to understand and focus on these tasks effectively. Ladies and gentlemen, fellow Toastmasters and guests, please help me to solve the missing letters of my next slide. Unmute yourself and facilitate me to understand that what are the soft skills. Can somebody help me to understand? If I fill the missing letters, what
Leadership.
will this word be?
Leadership.
Exactly, the leadership. What about this one?
Adaptability.
Adaptability.
Adaptability, well done.
Teamwork.
Time management.
Time management, excellent. Anyone?
Problem solving.
Exactly, the problem solving. Can I have someone?
Conflict resolution.
Conflict resolution, excellent.
Teamwork.
Oh,
Teamwork,
emotion.
Emotional intelligence.
emotional intelligence. I left the one skill deliberately. Can somebody guess what is that soft skill?
Communication.
Communication. It is the heart and soul of the soft skill. If I just combine the whole speech, I would say if I am a leader, I really need to understand the essence of the soft skills. I need to have an idea about the leadership, about the adaptability, the teamwork, the most importantly, the communication, emotional intelligence, conflict resolution, problem solving, time management. If I would like to enhance my personality, if I would like to enhance my career growth, I really need to work on all these skill sets in order to unlock the success. Along with this, I would say the soft skills alone will definitely not fulfill the purpose. You have to combine it with the technical excellence. Be it the software engineer, be it the civil engineer, or any other profession, you really have to combine the technical expertise with your soft skills in order to unlock the success. This is all about that what are the soft skills and how I can explain the soft skills with the help of a single picture. With this, I would like to conclude the combination of the soft skills and the technical experiences. Now, the question is that why do we really need to work on this? If I just look at tentative data set, which starts from 2018, the rise or the skill set, the demands of the skill set of the soft skills is continuously growing. And a hypothetical research says that by 2030, We really need the soft skills more than 85% for all the professions across the globe. So the demands of the soft skill is continuously rising, and we really need to work on these skill sets in order to enhance our career growth. If I summarize or in a nutshell, I would say you have to work on all these skill sets combined with your technical experiences and achieve the professional excellence. This will not only help you to achieve the professional experiences, but of course, it will help you in your personal life as well. You can apply all these skill sets at your home, resolve the matter, and get the work done. That's all about that what are the soft skills and why soft skills are needed. Thank you so much, and back to the TMOD.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Erum. Could we give a round of applause to Toastmaster Erum? Thank you so much for taking up this topic and touch basing on all the soft skills that's really required, either in professional or in the personal life too. So now we're at the end of the prepared speeches. We will be taking a quick halt right now, but after the break, we'll be having some travel-themed activities. So stay aboard in this virtual journey and don't disembark from this journey. So waiting to see you all post the 5 minutes break. So we'll meet in the next 5 minutes around 8:21. Welcome back, fellow Toastmasters and my fellow co-passengers in this virtual journey. Can I request all of you to please come on video? This is going to be a fun activity, so you'll actually enjoy it more over video. I hope everyone are back. We'll get started. So this activity is called as pictographic. So there are going to be some few images and you would actually need to guess the name of the place or might be something close to the place name, might be the state or the country, anything that comes to your mind. Just 1 second. I hope you can see my screen right now.
Yes, we can.
So let's get started. This is the first pick.
These are
This place
tulips
is in
in
India.
Kashmir.
No.
Shimla.
One more guess. It's a famous place where people go on
Valley of
treks.
Flowers.
That's correct.
What is it? Can you please repeat?
It's Valley of Flowers in Uttarakhand.
Okay.
Next image. Clue, it's in India.
Gangtok.
Yes, it's in one of the Seven Sisters, but not Gangtok.
Vaishnav Devi?
No, it's in the northeast of India. It's a place where bikers love to go.
Arunachal Pradesh.
That's correct, yeah. Sorry, who's this? Who rolled it?
Sourav.
Okay, yes, that's correct. Next image. This is obviously out of India.
It's Machu Picchu.
That's correct, yes. Is it Toastmaster Prasang?
No, Toastmaster Sudhir.
Sudhir, okay, yeah, thank you. The next image.
Where was that? I'm sorry, I missed that. Where was that?
That's Machu Picchu in Peru,
Peru.
Western South America. This is the fourth image. This is again back in India, in one of the Seven Sisters.
Meghalaya.
No.
This
One clue. It's a famous valley. It's for its breathtaking landscape. Sorry, I couldn't hear you.
this could even be Wayanad. This could even be Kerala. This could be any of the mountains.
Okay, but yeah, this is actually in Nagaland. It's actually the Suzok Valley. Okay, moving over to the next one. One clue. It's out of India. It's in Middle East. The coffee is famous in this place. Any suggestions? Just try.
Turkey.
Yes, that's correct. No, it's Turkey. The Pamukkale terraces in Turkey. Next image.
Ladakh.
Yes, that's correct.
Ladakh.
Yes, yes. Next one.
Shillong.
Backwaters. Maragom.
Okay, it's actually Meghalaya, the Living Root Bridge. Next one.
No.
This is famous for the ancient ruins.
Hampi. Hampi.
Yes, Hampi.
Yeah.
Next one.
Thailand.
Mount Fuji.
That's correct, yeah.
Japan.
Three more to go. This is the third one.
Greece.
Greece.
Yes, that's correct.
Thanks to Bollywood.
Grand Canyon.
Colorado.
Desert.
It's in US, the Antelope Canyon. The last one.
Seychelles.
No.
Australia.
Bali.
Yes, that's correct. Nusa Penida Island. Yeah. Thank you so much. I've just got one more activity, but that's going to be a quick one. It's just going to be like some famous taglines, which is for each of the states in India. We can actually take 5 of that before moving ahead with the general evaluation. So I will give the tagline. You just need to guess the state name. A perfect holiday destination.
Kerala.
Perfect holiday destination.
Holiday destination.
Very close to Kerala.
Goa.
Where we all love to go during the year-end time.
Goa.
Yes, that's correct. One state, many worlds.
Karnataka.
That's correct. India begins here.
Madhya Pradesh.
No. One more try.
Kanyakumari.
Kumari.
Yeah.
No,
It's Kanyakumari.
Tamil Nadu.
No, it's actually Punjab.
Punjab. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
The soul of incredible India.
Madhya Pradesh.
Madhya Pradesh.
No. One more try. It's close to Madhya Pradesh.
Uttar Pradesh.
UP. Yeah.
No, it's actually Odisha.
Odisha. Okay.
One easy one. Last one. God's own country.
Kerala.
Kerala.
That's correct. Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for all the participation, my fellow co-passengers in this flight journey. So now we'll take one more halt, or we are actually facing some turbulence in the flight. So we'll actually halt here for the next section, which is going to be the evaluate section. So over to the general evaluator.
Great. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Sree Lakshmi, for that interesting activities. We all loved it. With that, we'll move on to our evaluation section For that, we have two speakers evaluating, two evaluators evaluating each speaker, as rightly mentioned by our president. So, with that, let me call upon my first evaluator, who will be evaluating speaker Toastmasters Smruti. A quick introduction about my first evaluator, that is Rahul. Toastmaster Rahul is currently exploring different forms of life like running, swimming, and reading. But more importantly, is waiting for the next season of Rick and Morty. With that, over to you, Toastmaster Rahul, to evaluate Toastmaster Smruti.
Thank you, General Evaluator Ashwini. So coming to my evaluation for Toastmaster Smruti, it was a wonderful speech and it was a very good attempt for your current project levels. Let me start with my evaluation. As a coin has two sides, so will this my evaluation towards you. And the first one will be the commendations, and later I'll come to the recommendations. The first commendation is it was very nice of you to give the speech according to the theme of the meeting. That's something which I noticed. Aeroplane. And second thing is a lot of people, to get the hook or the audience attention, they use a question. I felt you did something different here. That was you put on your own outfit, which you would actually use when you're traveling. That definitely caught my attention. And that was something interesting because it was a very good hook. And not a lot of people do it. And the third commendations was there was a good switch when you realize that you being in a bad mood won't change anything, and having a positive attitudes might help your day become better. It was a good switch, which is that initially you felt the negative emotions and later you realized to convert those into a positive emotions. And also the next one is that the call to action was good. It had a good message where I felt that you said that it's not the situation, but the way we respond towards it. A very philosophical one, but nonetheless, it was put in a very simple tone. The way you put your story and the way it was delivered to us, it was not too difficult to understand. And it was also relatable. Since traveling is something which a lot of people do, and this is something which they could have faced. Now, coming to my recommendations. I believe that your speech in overall was wonderful, but I would definitely ask or suggest you to challenge yourself by adding humor to it. When you picked up issue, which was funny actually to me, and I think that you could do a lot more like that during your speeches because those are little moments where I felt it caught my attention. And the second is, which I felt that since you already dressed up for the speech, you could also be more descriptive of things when you describe it. Since you are going towards being more appealing when you put on the outfit, being more descriptive of the situation is like a whole complete thing, and it actually feel that we were with you. For example, if I could think of one, is that when you realize that you felt you have missed your flight, it would have been more descriptive is where I felt. Maybe the emotions could have shown more. That's one way. This was a more recommendations which I could find. Overall, to recap it, it was nice. It went to the theme of the meeting. And the second is that you put on an outfit, which is a good hook, which is a good selling point, and it got me interested. Third is it had a good switch where you recorded the negative emotions and then it came to the positive. And the last one was had a good call to action, which was later simplified and in the put in the form of story, which was easy to understand. And coming to the recommendations is definitely challenge yourself with humor because I definitely see you improving there. And it was funny when you picked up your shoe. And the second recommendation was be more descriptive since you were going for a more descriptive kind of speech and that's where you're putting. With that, I would like to end my evaluation. Back to you, General Evaluator. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Rahul, for the very descriptive evaluation. So you had three recommendations and three commendations and two recommendations. Thank you so much for that. And once again, thank you, Smruti, for taking up the role of a speaker and and delivering an amazing speech, which definitely inspired all of us. We could not think that you could get a subject line another theme into connecting to your speech. So with that, I'll move on to the second evaluator who will be evaluating Toastmasters Smruti. So for that, I have Toastmaster Nancy. A quick introduction about DTM Nancy, my bad. So DTM Nancy working as a senior data analyst. She is a certified image consultant and personal branding coach. She is the president of the Gabbys Toastmasters Club. With that, over to you, DTM Nancy, to evaluate Toastmasters Smruti.
Toastmaster Smruti, from fiasco to focus. The moment you started talking about flights, I was totally hooked on to your experience. The reason being, I could relate. I've missed 5 flights in 1 year. So whatever you were saying, everything was ringing a bell and everything was relating me back to my experience. So from the moment you started speaking till the end point, it was bang on in terms of relatability. All of us have missed flights or missed something or the other. That's where you had reflective questions, you had hypophoras, you had your shoe, your bag to remember to make us remember all those things that we have done while the day was not good. So relatable experience, good hypophoras, good reflective questions, good usage of props. And I noticed you also tried your hand at humor. That's not very usual of you, but this time you tried to get your best airport look. We could see that. Now, coming to the recommendations part of it, where I felt as a seasoned speaker that you are, you could have improved. Too many long sentences. It was so long that I was lost in the words. And I felt that you were also lost in the words. You were so, I was feeling that you were so lost in the words that the emotions were not coming out. It was just the words coming out from your side. Such long sentences that I couldn't make note of them. But if you take a pause for every comma that you had, that would have added much more relatability in terms of what you were saying, or rather, you could have understood what you were saying because the sentences were not registering with me. Although the experience was so relatable that it didn't matter much, but in terms of listening part to the speech, I felt the sentences could have been shorter or you could have taken pauses. Either of the two would have worked. Second thing I felt was I noticed a lot of grammatical errors. I'm sure the grammarian is going to point them out. So those grammatical errors I'll share separately with you. Third is the conclusion. I felt the conclusion was way too long. That could have summarized in lesser words. It was like a conclusion after the conclusion, a climax after a climax, and then there is one more climax. And you're talking about what to make out of such situations. You simply say that this is what you need to do. You don't need to elaborate so much that there's a climax after climax. So these are the 3 recommendations from my part. On the commendation side, I think you are doing very good as a speaker when you are trying new things, including humor. Keep it up.
Great. Thank you so much, DTM Nancy. I'm sure we did not have any repetitions from whatever the evaluation we heard from Toastmaster Rahul. So that's the beauty of this particular, Toastmaster meeting, I can say. So with that, we'll move on to our second evaluator. To evaluate Toastmaster Erum, we have the first evaluator as Sudharma. Toastmaster Sudharma is a self-proclaimed introvert with a knack for finding happiness in meeting new people and embracing fresh experiences. In 2024, she proudly served as Vice President Education of the Gabbys Online Toastmasters Club, where she navigated the world of 160 meetings with grace and good humor. With that, over to you, Toastmaster Sudharma, to evaluate Toastmaster Erum.
Thank you, General Evaluator. What are skills, Toastmaster Erum? First of all, kudos for you achieving your project objectives, writing a speech with purpose. I felt your purpose was to persuade you, to persuade your speech, persuade audience to improve soft skills. But I understood from your speech. Kudos to you, you have achieved that project objectives. Why I am telling like that? You elaborated from your first slide. Different people, different emotions, different way of handling things. That's why we need to know soft skills to get the work done. Nice work, Toastmaster Erum, elaborating why we need soft skills. And throughout your speech, I felt and I heard audience engagement was very high. You gave us missing words and we filled it automatically. We got to know what are the soft skills we needed to handle these people. Nice work, nice presentations, and I was very attracted to your speech. And I got to know and I confirm my own knowledge about soft skills with your speech. Toastmaster Erum, this is your first part, second speech. We have more way to go and what we can do to improve our own soft skills to do future speeches. First one, what are soft skills? Was your speech title. At the moment I heard this topic, I know you are going to talk about soft skills. But with your story, I forgot it. Anyhow, I knew that you are going to do about soft skills. What we can do to remove this non-factor from our audience? We can include some topics which will give a curiosity to audience. For example, we can say different people, different emotions. We don't know what you are going to tell. So it will give a curiosity to the audience. Second one, you elaborated us soft skills are needed, different people. I felt, where is your own stories? Where is your own experience regarding these soft skills? Where you felt that if you could have included the soft skills to solve these situations, solve these problems from your personal stories, from your professional life, what you experienced. If you felt we could have included into your speech, it will give more validity to your content. All in all, Toastmaster, it was a nice speech with nice presentation. Audience engagement was very high. We could include some personal stories, professional stories to verify this content and attractive title. All the best for your future speeches. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Sudharma, for the detailed evaluation. And with that, I'll move on to the second evaluator for the second speaker. So for that, we have DTM Sourav, who will be evaluating the Toastmaster, who will be evaluating the speaker. So, quick introduction about DTM Sourav. DTM Sourav is a winner of 2 DTM awards and has completed 11 paths in Toastmaster pathways. He has been a President Distinguished Division Director, a Distinguished Area Director in the past. Outside Toastmasters, Sourav has played several leadership roles in Fortune 500 companies, startups, and non-profits. Currently, Sourav is building his own edutech startup, which is Proactive. He has founded this in the year 2020. So with that, over to you, DTM Saurav, to evaluate this Toastmaster Erum.
Thank you so much, Madam General Evaluator. Erum, the best thing I liked about your speech is it was non-pretentious. From the word go, your intention, your objective was very clear. I think none of us had a doubt that why were you giving that speech, right? So whether it's your title, the construct of the speech, you were very clear that I want to drive home this point that soft skill is extremely important. How do you do that? One, you had a set of slides, and in the set of slides, you had the first slide where you had a metaphorical representation of how different people have different ways of dealing with things. And then after that, you had a set of slides where you engage the audience with a few fill in the blanks. And then you had a concluding slide where you put a few data points. I absolutely love this style of engagement and the use of prop, because when someone uses a presentation, the first thing I ask myself that can this presentation be given or given better without the presentation, the speech? And in your case, the answer is absolutely a no. This speech could not have been delivered without this presentation. The PPT was a very integral part. So when you're using a prop or a PPT, it should be appearing to us that this PPT was required and it was required. The way you introduced the audience, everyone was like hooked onto the screen. I was seeing is like a fastest fingers first. And that's the best way of, gamification always works with an adult audience. We always love to play games, literally and otherwise. So I think that was very well done. Now, what could you have done better? I do have a few recommendations for you. The first thing is the objective of the project is it's a speech with a purpose, right? So your purpose was to drive home the point that soft skills is very important. And which was the most important slide for that? The last slide where you had the data points. And if you go back and listen, what did you say? You said, according to a hypothetical research. What does the word hypothetical research mean? It means according to no research. There is no data. There is nothing that has been found out. I'm just cooking it up, right? So it's a different way of saying that there is no data to support this. I'm just saying, I feel it this way. Now, feelings are not facts. The second thing is, I think you spent a way too much time on the metaphorical slide. The time distribution could have been slightly better, where you could have spent a little bit more time on the crux of your speech, which is the soft skills part, why it is important, rather than bringing home the point. And the third thing is too many soft skills you brought in, right? There are more than 100 soft skills. Don't try to cover everything in 5 to 7 minutes, which you can't do justice. So to sum it up, great usage of presentation tools and techniques, a great usage of metaphorical style of representation of a particular topic, a good representation of your key point would have been better if you would have had more data, more research, more authenticity, and better time management. Thank you so much. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, DTM Saurav. And thanks to you, Toastmaster M, for giving us a different perspective of delivering a speech. So it was indeed a great listening to you and very engaging speech. And we have you have got all the recommendations and commendations from both the evaluators. And thank you once again for all the evaluators and the speakers for taking up this role. So with that, we'll move on to our TAGL team. So, firstly, I would like to invite timer Toastmaster Mita to let us know how we did today. Toastmaster Mita, can you hear me? Yeah.
Okay, so in the speech, like the speaker, Toastmaster Smruti has taken 7 minutes 16 seconds, and the second speaker, Erum, has taken 7 minutes 32 seconds. Rahul, as an evaluator first, he has taken 3 minutes 33 seconds. Nancy Goel, she has taken 3 minutes 13 seconds, 1-3. Second speaker evaluation, Sudharma took 3 minutes 16 seconds. So DTM Sourav Dutta has taken 3 minutes 21 seconds. So here only Rahul has gone exceeded the time, 3 minutes 33 seconds, and the speaker to Erum, 7 minutes 32 seconds. Rest all is the time, on time.
Okay, great. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Mita. If you have the document ready, you can put it on the chat box. With that, I'll move on to my next role taker, that is the accountant. Toastmaster Isha, can you please present your screen and help us with your accountant report?
Yeah. So I'll share the document because it will take a little bit of time to share my screen. So I just wanted to say a lot of people use a lot of short pauses, which is something we need to work on. And in case of Toastmaster Sree Lakshmi, though she has avoided ours very well, but she did have her breath was audible at times, so that is something maybe she can work on. And also Toastmaster Ashwini had a lot of hours, but otherwise the least were from Toastmaster Sanjay. And I'll just paste the report here.
Great. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Esha. Please do share the report for all of our reference. With that, we'll move on to our grammarian report. Toastmaster Sanjay, over to you to present the grammarian report.
Yeah. Hi, all. The word of the day was Jesti. So synopses are here, refreshing, excitement, and all that. And the next one is a few members have used the word of the day. Good usage in the meeting is teamwork, adaptability, communication, emotional intelligence, conflict resolution, problem solving, time management. They are standalone, but it has a very impactful meaning in that. Rhetorical metaphor is inhale and exhale. Beautiful detox it will be. Then probably every delay gives you a breather. We all have bad dates, but how we make it matters. This I will paste my report in the chat box. As Nancy was saying, the wrong usage of grammar, I could not note down. So if anybody could share or you can share, it will be good. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Great. With that, thank you so much, Toastmaster Sanjay, for the report. So, Nancy, DTM Nancy, if you would like to share the better usage of words for the words where where you felt the grammar could have been better, so it will be useful. With that, I'll move on to the next role taker. DTM Nancy, you want to say anything? You
I'll
unmuted.
share it over DM because it's for a specific speaker.
Okay.
So I'll share it over DM to her.
Sure. Sure. No worries. With that, I'll move on to the last role taker, that is listener. Toastmaster Sudhir, can you please let us know how we were listening today?
Good evening, everyone, again. And let me ask you the most important soft skill which we all might lacking. So I'll ask 3 questions, and questions are very easy. Just check. Is everyone ready?
Yes.
Yeah. So first question is, Speaker 1, Smruti Sagarika Mohanty, was asked to remove something at the security check.
Left shoe, left shoe.
Left shoe. Rahul, I think. Next question is, what was the quote by the motivational speaker has told Smruti Sagarika Mohanty when she was upset? What was the suggestion?
How you take up the bad day and make it convert it into a good day.
Kind of correct. So it was just like every delay is just like give you a breather. Take something positive. Speaker 2, question number 3. Speaker 2 has given us a report in which she told that by 2030, soft skill demand rise by this much
85%.
percentage.
85%. 85%.
85%.
It
Yeah,
was
correct.
actually 80%. Okay.
Yeah, that's right. Question number 4. Evaluator 2 of speaker 1 has given a suggestion to the speaker, recommendation to use dash sentences. Which kind of sentences she asked her to use?
Shorter sentences.
Short sentences. And the last question, TMOD has asked us in pictography, only one location we were not able to identify from the Seven Sisters area. What was that? Which state? Nobody identified.
Meghalaya.
Start with N.
Nagaland.
Nagaland. Thank you. Thank you being a good listeners. I hope this application you apply in your real life. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Sudhir, for the specific, very detailed observation. And again, thank you again for taking up the role. So, with that, we'll come to the end of the general evaluation section. So, a quick recap of the meeting. So, the meeting started bang on time with SAA's introduction. So, you started the meeting right at 7:30, and you clearly set the meeting in order by clearly setting all the rules. So great start, Toastmaster Sudhir. And then we had our President Toastmaster Smruti taking up the PO role. So she connected our PO introduction to the theme, which was a great way, and you introduced all the guests. So that's always great. And you also made sure that all the guests are aware of Toastmasters. So thank you once again for doing that. So with that, I'll move on to evaluation of Toastmaster of the day. Toastmaster Sree Lakshmi, if I'm not mistaken, this is your first TMOD role, right?
Yes, Toastmaster Ashwini. And one quick check, I also pinged you. I still have my theme closure to complete. So would you be evaluating me post that?
No, so the evaluation will complete here and you can
Okay.
continue the theme. That's not an issue. So
Sure,
this is
sure.
not your project, right?
No.
Okay, yeah. So on that note, congratulations, Toastmaster Sri Lakshmi, and doing a wonderful job as a TMOD. So you kept us all engaging throughout. So it's going on great. So one quick suggestion, if I can give you, maybe in the introduction you can maybe talk about why this theme, what is, why do you feel it is close to you. So maybe I felt your story was missing. I remember our president mentioning about the passion you have towards traveling, but if you can share one interesting story which will keep all of us hooked to throughout. So that's one quick suggestion, but otherwise you're doing great as a TMOD. So with that, I'll hand it over back to you to proceed the meeting. Thank you for the opportunity.
Yeah, thank you, General Evaluator Ashwini, for the quick evaluation. So yes, I was actually coming to the closure and sharing my experience towards the end. So before I could actually share my experience, I would just like to thank all the audience present here for actively participating in all the travel related activities today that we did. And I know there are like some people who are not available, but would like anyone would like to come forward and share their travel experience, which we couldn't take it in the first half. Sure, Shashikant, please go ahead.
Yeah, thank you. So I would share one travel experience. So it was, I guess, 2015. I was traveling to US, but the flight that I was boarding was from Jaipur to Delhi only. And I was kind of not liking that visit, as I do not like the travel in any case. And it was a long journey as well. So I was kind of upset in any case. Then I kind of boarded the plane. I saw there was a celebrity as well sitting over there, Sachin Pilot, a politician. But I was upset. And then I kind of put my baggage to the overhead compartment. I sat down and suddenly I checked in my pocket. I didn't have my mobile, and my mobile had the international SIM as well. I was worried, where did I lose it? Then I recalled, like I was sitting in the lounge. Maybe I left my mobile. I went outside. Means I just went to the gate of the plane. I asked to the crew member, "Can I go back?" They say, "If you leave, you cannot board the plane again. And if I leave, if I miss the Delhi flight, I cannot take the flight to San Francisco as well." So it was not possible. So I kind of sat down on my seat, very, very upset that I not have even phone in San Francisco. But then, like Smruti suggested, I kind of brought some focus for what happened. And then I realized, should I check my bag? Maybe I put during the security check-in, I put the phone in my bag. I took my bag from the compartment, checked it. It was there. I was the most happy person in the flight then. I was so happy that I even cracked a joke to the crew member. I said, "Why the pilot is sitting on the passenger seat?" It was Sachin Pilot, who I was kind of. So that was kind of from the scary situation to the most happy man. It was the start of my travel, and actually, I was so happy that overall my journey became our kind of went in happiness, and my scare of travel kind of went away with the happiness of the phone. I didn't lose the phone. That was. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Shashikant, for sharing this experience. So I believe, as you mentioned earlier, that you just enjoy the destination, but you also enjoy the journey part also here, I believe.
Yeah, in this case.
Yeah. Thank you so much for sharing it. Sanjay, would you like to go ahead next?
Yes, yes, yeah. Thank you very much. My first travel was a foreign visit 15 years back to Hong Kong. That was my first travel, and uh, I was given so many instructions that uh, what to do, what not to do. All that type of instructions were coming from my relatives. It was my first foreign travel, and it was 15 years back. So there was not much material on that, how to travel and things like that we should do this thing in airport, not do. And if any immigration ask, and if you don't answer properly, he may reject our thing and all that. So I was a little bit scared, and I was means very particular about the timings and all that things. Then when I came back, I thought it is like India only, it is not anything more than that, but only the infrastructure was very good 15 years back, which we could not see at that time, the high-rise buildings and all that in India, which now we are able to see all this infrastructure in India. But at that point of time, it was a remarkable thing. So it was a very well first travel to a foreign country, and with lot of instructions what to do and what not to do. So that was my thing, and thank you very much. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Sanjay, for that first time experience in an on-site location, which is always challenging to understand it first, but then I guess you did deal through it. Yeah, thank you so much. Over to you, distinguished Toastmaster Sourav, to share your experience.
So, some of you may already know this because I've already shared this in some of my speeches earlier, but some of you may not know this. So, one of the biggest episodes of my life fiascos is that I had, this happened in the Paris airport, I was coming back from Minnesota, uh, and I left behind my laptop. So there are like so many things you take off, and then again you have to wear it. So I forgot my laptop there, and I got onto the flight, and suddenly I felt like I don't have my laptop bag. Then it's like just as soon as I got onto the flight, then I checked, yeah, my laptop bag is there. I'm all good. Then almost after 7, 8 hours of flying, suddenly remembered, why was my bag feeling so light? So then I again went and opened my laptop bag, and then I found that the bag is there, the laptop is not there inside the bag. So the bag I left back in Paris, and I had flew back to India. And then after I came, so I immediately informed this one. I think it was a French. I don't remember what, but the lady was speaking French. She said, "Oh, we have informed this one, and they call it some notables in French language. They don't call it laptop. There's a notables." And I was not understanding what she was saying. I was keeping on shouting, "My laptop is not there." She said, "Notables informed something, something." She kept on saying, and I was like totally mad. This went on for some time. Then finally, when I reached in Bangalore, then I filed a complaint and all of that. Then I had to spend almost 20, 30,000 rupees for getting back a laptop which was not even worth 40, 50,000. It's an old laptop because it was a company laptop. So the company said that we don't care about the laptop, we care about the data. I don't know what the data was there in that, but yeah, there's a lot of money that I lost in the process. So yeah, that was one big fiasco I had. Many, many, many actually. I can do one whole meeting on that, but this was one of the costlier ones.
Thank you, TTM Chauru, for sharing that. Obviously, I guess that's one of the bad journeys that you'd actually consider, but also a unique experience in its own form. But hope you got some amount of reimbursement back, or there was like nothing back.
That's another story. I'll tell some other time. So, but yeah, most of my US trips has been very eventful. I've been picked up by Minnesota police. That could be a speech one day. It's a lot of things happening here.
Sure, sure, yeah. Thank you for sharing it. I believe Mita ma'am, you were raising your hand to share your experience.
Yes, it's way back 2011 when my mom, we had to go to Gujarat. And that was the time when we wanted to go and we had tickets, everything ready. And those people started us, no, we need checking this, that, process and all that. In that, they made late and we missed the flight. And that was their mistake, but they did not pay refund also, saying that, no, it was not our mistake. The flight people, you should make them to wait. I said, how we will make? And it was very, like, we were shocked because we had to go immediately to Gujarat. And that was not possible. We had to wait till midnight and we had to take some break journey from here to international airport, like taking from here to Bombay, Bombay to Gujarat. And it was a very problematic, I remember a lot that day. And then at last we got that flight. It was delayed and we were supposed to reach in 1 hour. We reached early morning. And the whole, everyone at Mama's place and all were so much tensed what happened. Because that situation was also, mom was not well. So that was the situation. I remember still that journey till today.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Mita, for sharing that experience. I know it's not one of an eventful journey, but then still you travel safely and reached home safely. Nancy, would you like to go next?
Just confirming, we are talking about the fiascos, right?
It's just about your wanderlust travel journeys. Anything about travel.
Okay, I thought we were talking about fiascos, so I had a fiasco in my mind, and in one
You
trip
can share that
where,
too.
like I said, I've missed flights like 5 times in one whole year. And as part of Saurav's company, his partner, I have also made him miss one flight. His flight I booked for April while it was supposed to be booked for February. So those are the kind of fiascos I had. But this one particular experience I remember very clearly in Mumbai. So I was staying back in Chandigarh that time, and I traveled to Mumbai for some course, and I was uh, there for some 25 days or so. As soon as my 25 days were over, I booked a flight to go back home. Day before my flight day, my friend, he was writing a play. He said that, this play is very, very important for him. The flight was on 25th and the play rehearsals were happening, and the play was supposed to be presented in front of some directors on 27th. So he said he's not able to find Gulabo for his play. And he was like, I'm looking for this, I'm looking for that. By almost evening of 24th, while I was packing my stuff and all, he said he's not able to find Gulabo at all. Then that time he proposed, he said, why don't you be Gulabo instead of not going with anyone? I will have you rather as one of the actors. I'll teach you how to act or whatever. So I missed that flight on purpose. I booked another flight 10 days later. And 10 days later, after the play, after having a wonderful experience for the play, I went to airport. I thought I have reached airport almost 2.5 hours early. Now I'll be having enough time for the security check. The flight was at 5 p.m. and I reached around 2:30 p.m. When I was showing my ticket to the security guard, he said, "Ma'am, who booked your ticket?" I said, "I only booked my ticket." "No, who booked your ticket? This doesn't look like the right one." I said, "This is Nancy Goel. This is my Aadhaar card. This is me only." This is almost 10 years back. And that time they were like probably a school student or a college student has come up, not even authorized to go without a family member. And he started questioning, and I'm like, "What happened? You tell me, what is the problem?" He said, "Ma'am, your flight was at 5 in the morning, not 5 in the evening." With all the luggage, I was stranded at Mumbai airport. International Airport, and I had no clue what to do next. I've already missed one flight, lost a huge amount of money, and then now that was on purpose, but this was not at all on purpose. And I lost uh, money again. And then whatever was the next available flight, I booked that one, waited for that flight at the airport, and then reached home. The entire travel got messed up after that because there were some buses and other things booked for the local travel. So in one trip, I lost two flights.
Thank you so much, distinguished Toastmaster Nancy, for sharing this experience. Yes, it has been two fiasco journeys for you. Yeah, thank you so much. And thank you so much, everyone, for sharing all your experience. So before we conclude, I was actually just waiting for the last segment to share my experience and give all of you an opportunity to share your experiences first. So one such experience that personally changed me and brought me more into the traveling spirit was post my journey to Ladakh. So I was never a person who used to travel or even thought of solo traveling much before this trip. And I've heard from most of my friends that Ladakh is like one of a lifetime changing experience. And you see the world like through a different lens or from a fresh eyes post that experience. So for me, traveling is more towards exploring the place, soaking in the culture of that place, and exploring like the local cuisines and the basic street food. And since I like plan my agenda and plan my entire journey. So one such message that I would actually like to conclude today's theme was in my trip, which was in 2016 to Ladakh again. So there are a mix of travelers and a mix of tourists that we say. And travelers are the people who are like mindful of their journey, plan things properly out, mindful of their environment and the surroundings that they're in. But tourists, we always say that they just go take the vacation, but then they don't try to be mindful in terms of their journey. So in this journey, I couldn't help myself but not to notice the plastic waste which has been strewn around, and the entire charm of Ladakh has actually come down because of the plastic not being disposed properly and not people not being mindful of their surroundings. So this is like one of the messages that I would like to conclude. Like if anyone is traveling to all these pristine locations, which is known for its charm and cleanliness, please be mindful of the environment and surroundings and travel responsibly. So I would like to end with a quote: be a traveler, not a tourist. Try new things, meet new people, and look beyond what's right in front of you. This is quoted by Andrew Zimmern. Thank you so much. And over to you, Presiding Officer, Toastmaster Smriti.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Sri Lakshmi. Can we have a huge round of applause for our first time Toastmaster taking the role of a Toastmaster of the day and doing a splendid job with respect to executing, facilitating an entire meeting. And let me tell you, Toastmaster Sri Lakshmi, I never knew this fine line between a traveler and someone who is just a tourist. So thank you so much for enlightening us and forcing us to be mindful whenever we decide to pack our bag in our next, hopefully not so fiasco journey. So thank you so much once again for the complete execution. Now it's time to think through that how did we do in the entire meeting. And in before we start, let me hear from the fellow Toastmasters and guests in the meeting. How did you feel about this particular meeting? Pick one thing which you liked, help us understand, and if you have any suggestion, try to please wrap it up within quick 30 seconds. I can see familiar faces, so it's always beautiful to know feedback from familiar faces sometimes. May I ask here someone who is yet to speak? Okay, I have two beautiful people in the meeting. Shalin, over to you. What was your thought about the meeting?
Um, like it was the first time for me seeing four evaluations for two speeches, so that was something new. And otherwise, the meeting was full of interactions, and like there were the prepared speeches also had questions for us, and TMOD also had lots of questions for us, so it made the meeting very interactive. So that was something I liked about today's meeting.
Thank you so
Thank you.
much, Shalin, for helping us with your feedback and your lot of commendation rather about the meeting. So please keep on joining whenever you get time to chip into the meeting. Can we hear it for Shalin? Thank you so much. Now, may I request, I see Sashikant throughout the entire meeting on camera. Sashikant, would you like to share your 2 cents?
Yeah, sure. First, just one line before I come to the meeting. I met with Shalin this Sunday, and we were discussing various Toastmaster meeting that I have attended till now. And I called Gabby the most organized Toastmaster group, and there was a reason to it, and the reason was evident today in this meeting as well. Like selecting a theme is one thing, but to kind of follow the theme throughout the meeting is the most important part. And it's a very difficult task, but seems like not for Gabbys. To start with the Jesty message over the WhatsApp itself, it was so good, and it kind of brought me over there itself. It was connected to the theme. Then the Lakshmi's attire, prepared speeches, delivery, Jesty vocab used by all speakers, and even the music during the break, it was also in the sync with the theme. So that was fantastic to notice. So I love attending these meetings, and you'll find a guest in me as a guest in every meeting. I'll try to be there. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sashikant, for showering so much appreciation about the meeting. And we definitely like guests like you coming up, showing up, and participating as well in a meeting, making the meeting more productive in nature. So, can we hear it for Sashikant once again? Okay, the rest I see our members, and why not? Let me ask one of our members to share their thought about the meeting. May I ask Toastmaster Isha? Quick 30-second. What was the best part about the meeting, or any thoughts about the same?
Yeah,
Over
so
to you.
I really thoroughly enjoyed today's meeting. Actually, I was contemplating whether to attend or not today because and I was like I have been warned that don't drop out last minute. So I was like very what is it scared. So then I attended, and I'm glad that I attended, especially the fill in the blank session and Toastmaster Smruti's experience about missing a flight. So everyone has their this missing a flight happening to them sometime or the other. So I also had one, and after that, as it happened, I had to travel by car instead of going by flight to Vijayawada, I had to travel by car the same night to go to Vijayawada, and there was a stranger with us, and he was like completely he went on talking and talking and talking. So that was my experience, and yeah, I really enjoyed, and I was able to relate to all the stories that everyone was telling. It's been a really nice entertainment packed meeting.
Thank you so much, Isha, for sharing your wise words. And we are glad rather, we gave a combination of entertainment with some kind of knowledge. So please keep showing up for the meeting as a member. Can we hear it for Toastmaster Isha? Well, as a presiding officer, let me take this honor and privilege as well to share overall regarding how we did about in this particular meeting. One thing definitely which we experimented something today by bringing 4 evaluators, 2 evaluator for each speaker, and I'm blessed that I took the speaker role because I never thought that I can get 5 pointers as a point of recommendation, which will give the speaker enough food for thought to prepare and execute in a better manner. Not only that, today recommendations were not only restricted to like 1 point or 2 point. Every recommendation, every evaluator gave three recommendations today. I don't know how that happened, how this synergy and the energy came into picture, but in order to deliver something different, they delivered something new as well and more. So that something stood out in this particular meeting. I think whatever we are planning to do, hopefully we will succeed in doing it, but we'll keep on experimenting. And every Tuesday from now, you will see this particular change where we are challenging everybody. We're challenging each and everyone who is a part of the meeting. So that really stood out in this particular meeting. With respect to the engagement, towards the end, the engagement was more, where people started talking, sharing their thoughts. We didn't execute the table topic segment. Having said that, the members were given fair amount of chance to come and share their thoughts, speak their mind out, share their experience. So that again, another wow factor about the meeting. Now, as we are exhaling, let's not forget about fine-tuning certain small aspect, which were few views of this meeting. One was a very basic yet introduction of the role takers. It is important. This is for the people behind the scenes, that is our essays or the team of people who are working on the introduction part. Let's be mindful about adding, if it is a designation or a tag which we are giving, let's edit it properly so that whosoever is taking the stage will read it, doing a fair justice to the role. So that one small yet very important factor. Second is that something we feel proud about our tag team, our TAGL team. We always deliver the best report. We always come prepared. Today, I somehow felt the TAGL team had a bit low in energy. The preparedness was a bit missing. I felt we were in a rush to just finish it off and give it back to the general evaluator. Can we do something to bring more creativity? Because people come to Gabbys meeting for the TAGL team report. So let's give our 100% and 1000% to do justice to our particular role. That's a nutshell from a presiding officer's point of view. And thank you so much for each and every member who is still with us. You did vote for your favorite one. So it's time for me to share the results with you. We had 3 categories today. One was with respect to speaker, but we had one disqualification, hence we didn't launch the speaker poll. So let's start with the auxiliary role taker. Today, out of our 4 auxiliary role taker, the person whom you did vote the maximum is our listener, Toastmaster Sudhir Gaur. Can we have a huge round of applause for Toastmaster Sudhir? And I would request parallelly to spotlight the role takers. Next category was our favorite evaluator. We had 4 evaluators today. Because of few minutes, we missed one evaluator from the polling part. So we had 3 evaluators to whom you showered your votes. And the favorite evaluator is Distinguished Toastmaster Sourav Dutta. Can we have a huge round of applause? Yeah. Thank you so much for spotlighting. I would request Sudhir. Sudhir, please spotlight yourself as well. Next category was our favorite role taker. Today we had 2 role takers. They did try to do justice to the entire meeting. But the favorite one is our first time role taker, our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Sree Lakshmi. Thank you so much. These are our winners whom you voted, but thank you so much for all the role takers, each and everyone who made it to the meeting. This engagement, this energy makes the meeting more qualitative and quantitative in nature. We are here to challenge ourselves. Thank you so much to be a part of the journey. From Tuesday onwards, you see a different structure. In Thursdays and Saturday, you will see a beautiful blend of meeting as well. So please keep on coming. At Gabbys, we meet thrice a week. Tuesday, 7:30 p.m. IST. Thursday, 7 p.m. IST. And Saturday, it's 10 a.m. IST. So stay tuned with us. This Thursday, we are again coming with a very beautiful blend. So until then, keep on learning and stay healthy. Thank you so much. I hereby officially close the meeting. Take care.
Thank you.